I hope you are all good today. We have a little bit of a different angle because my ring light is broken. My ring light is broken, so I'm having to use my tall ring light, but I'm actually not hating this angle. Apart from that bit of hair needs... There we go. But I'm not hating this angle. As long as you can hear me, then that's all that matters. Hey Karina, how are you? Hey Karzan. Okay guys, so what I'm going to do is, firstly, I want to just talk you through the new members club changes. I won't go into like loads of detail because there's loads of like videos and stuff that I will do, well, that I have done. But I want to go through the members club changes first, and then I'm going to answer your questions. So I'm literally so excited. As you know, I'm so excited. Let me log in so I can actually remind myself of what you now have. So you don't have access to this yet. I'm thinking you'll probably get access by the end of the week. So basically there are now 2 login portals for you. One is your original portal that is your members club now. Okay, that has now been renamed to the members club vault. Okay, so that is basically your archive. You know how much stuff is in there, like it's quite a lot and it needed an up level. But I still want you to have access to it because there's so much gold in there that I don't want to go to waste. So the members club that you have now is called the members club vault, and you get access. Hey Hannah, hey Kazan. So you also get access to the members club lounge. Okay, so the members club lounge is your new online portal. It looks kind of similar to your old members club portal, which is now the vault, but it's just like it's a lot better. It's just a lot better. So what you have in there, ready and waiting for you, is influencer classes. Okay, so you have a tab for influencer classes, and in there you have 7 trainings that you've not seen before for influencers. Then you have another tab. I'm not going to show you because I want to surprise you. So I'm just going to talk you through it. Then you have another tab. This is for business classes. So then you have 9 business classes, most of which you've not seen before. So you've got selling on social media, email marketing, influencer marketing, how to launch, building trust, building brand. In your influence classes, you've got the different types of collaboration and choosing what is best for you, how to calculate your rates, personal brand, media kits, different types of collaborations you can offer and do, all that kind of stuff. Then you have another tab, social. No, I'm not going to share my screen because I want it to be a surprise. Or maybe I should share my screen. Oh, alright, should I share my screen? I kind of wanted it to be a surprise. It's because it's not 100% finished, but I can if you want. What do you guys want me to do? Put yes or no in the comments and I'll do whatever you want me to do. Social media classes. This is another tab. Okay, perfect. Well, bear with me then. Bear with me, I'm going to have to, this is a really bad angle, but you all know me well enough by now, right? Okay, here we go. So it's kind of, I don't know why, like, I can't change this cover, and I should like a deer in headlights, but whatever. So you've got your welcome video. This is a really long welcome video. So you have your members club lounge. I'm going to show you what that is in a minute. I'm so excited. So here's your influencer classes. I'll just show you what they actually kind of look like. And you also have some workbooks. Not for every class, but for most of the classes you will have workbooks. So they're like, I filmed them how I have filmed like my actual courses. Yeah, this is Kartra, so I use Kartra. So they're not like live sessions, they're like actual specific classes that I have filmed like specifically for the members club. So these classes are not anywhere else in any of my other courses, really. Obviously there will be a bit of a crossover. And then you have your business classes. Then you have your social media. So the social media classes are just general for anyone and everyone. So lots of social media classes in there ready and waiting for you. You've still got your templates. And then, oh my God, I'm so excited for this one. You have your mindset classes. So many of you, well, not so many of you, that's a slight exaggeration, but some of you said that you wanted to get into mindset, you wanted to get into spirituality, but you didn't know where to start. And these are like literally, you're just, as you'll know, my favourite part now of this Members Club Lounge, the Members Club Lounge. So you now have some courses in there ready and waiting for you so that you can crack on and like you'll start to understand more about manifestation, like things that I've not been able to talk to you about or teach you in the live sessions, just because our live sessions, like there's no structure, it's just like a chat, isn't it? Like it's just a chat. So and I teach what I teach, but it's very conversational, whereas these classes are specifically, oh my God, this is so good, and I made some diagrams for you. I'm so chuffed with this, honestly. So these classes are like specific courses that I have never, ever, ever shown or given anyone. These are all just for you. And you will get, oh, so here's the vault. So like, these are content, which I'm going to talk you through in a minute. This is content that is coming like next month. So every month you will get at least one new class, at least. Then you have access to the vault. So this is like where you can access your old Members Club portal. So the Members Club portal that you have right now, this is where you can access it. Super easy. You just click on it and the login details will come up. So if you want to go in like and rummage around in there, you absolutely can. And then you have this new control center area, which is more like tutorials just for you. So it will be specifically useful for any new members, but like if you want to change your payment details, if you want to cancel, there's just step-by-step tutorials for you. So that's that. And then it doesn't end there, guys. It does not end there. So you're going to have every single month something called your monthly success kit. And in your success kit, you are going to get access to, shall I show you? I kind of want that to be a surprise. Again, I'm going to keep the success kit as a surprise, but I'll tell you what's in the success kit because you're going to get access this week. So just like you could before, you can go into your monthly success kit tab. So every month there'll be like September, October, November, December, as we work through. On the 30th of every month, I will upload your monthly success kit for the following month. So, oh, all right, I'll show it. Okay. So then you have your events here. These are the events that are happening inside the Facebook group. So you can click on them and you can just like register your place. You do not have to do this, but if you are someone who forgets, then you can go there and log in and you can get a reminder sent to you Okay, so bear with me then. Just put my phone down. I'll show you your success kit. Oh, it's taking ages to download. Bear with me, guys. I know you can't see anything at the moment. So that is what it's all looking like at the moment. How are you thinking that you like this? Are you thinking that it's looking good? So there's about 30 trainings. It's sat in there ready and waiting for you. Oh my goodness, it's taking so long. Okay, I might not be able to show you the success kit at the moment because it's taking so long. I don't know why. It's because my computer's probably knackered. When it downloads, I can show it to you if you want to see it. So that's how it's looking at the moment. I have been busy. I've been trying to get this done, and just get it like up and running and ready for you guys. So how are you liking the sound of this? I mean, I think it's wonderful. I think it's such an improvement. I thought it was so good before. I really liked it before, but I feel like this is just like the up level that we needed. Let me get the success kit up in a different way. Okay, I'll show you on Canva. Yeah, I will give you all access to it by the end of the week. I'm still uploading like lots of workbooks onto it. So what will happen when you get access is I will manually give you access, okay? Then you will receive a login email with your login details. Your login, password and username might be different to the Members Club Vault. I don't know. Obviously, you have access to the Members Club Vault now. So if you log into that, you will see that there's a new logo now that it says Members Club Vault. Like, I've changed it. So yeah, I will register you all manually. You will get an email. I will obviously tell you when you're registered so you don't miss it. You will get the login link so that you can log in to this new Members Club Lounge. And that's how you do it. So I have the success kit here. Bear with me. So every month you will get a new success kit. I'm just opening it. Okay, right. Come here. I'll show you. So every month you get a new success kit. So you will have a September success kit. And in your success kit, it comes on the last day of every month. And you will have, this is what you get now as part of the Members Club. So you get your live goal setting workshop, your live mindset workshop, 2 live support sessions. This month, well, in September, you're getting the Energy of Money Masterclass. You're getting, so you now get 30 content ideas, okay? So you get a content idea for every day of the month, every single month. So in October, you'll have 30 content ideas for October, and so on. Every month, you will get 5 captions. So 5 editable captions that you can use. You will get a book of the month recommendation because I'm reading a lot of books. And I just thought, well, I might as well share them. So you get a book of the month recommendation every month. And you get a monthly mindset practice that you can obviously implement and use every month. So you have on the next page, this is your schedule. So you'll be able to see when things are happening inside the Facebook group. So these are your live session schedules. So there's going to be, as promised, more focus on goal setting, goal tracking and accountability. So every Monday, we are going to have a goal setting thread in the members club. Every Thursday, we will have like a midweek progress tracker, so you can remind yourself of your goals. Every Sunday, I have created a form that gets sent directly to me. So every single Sunday, you can fill in the form. It's like a reflection report, so just a few questions for you to reflect on every single week. Of like your previous week, so a few questions so you can reflect what went well, what didn't, what you might want to improve, and your answers get sent to me and I will look at them all. I won't respond, but I will look at them all because it's going to help me just understand where you guys are at and what's going well and what's not. So like I try and create a personal experience, like the most personal experience as I possibly can in this group. Particularly for those of you who are like super interactive, super engaged in the group and show up, I like to know where you're at and what you're doing. So I think this reflection report will be really, really handy for me just to have like a bit of a deeper insight into where you're at and what you're doing. Obviously, it's optional. And then obviously we have our appreciation award. Then you will have your monthly masterclass. So you will be able to see what's coming that month. And like I said, sometimes you're going to have one new masterclass. Sometimes you're going to have more than one. So in September, along with everything else that you have inside your new Members Club Lounge, all of those trainings, you also are getting 2 extra masterclasses. So that training lounge will grow every single month with at least 1 new class. And it's very likely that the classes will be focused on mindset, because I feel like there's so much in there for business, there's so much in there for social media, there's so much in there for influencers, but we're still, all of us are on this mindset journey, we're all on this spiritual journey, and that is where I see the masterclasses growing the most. But of course, if there's anything you need, you can always request it, and obviously I can see what I can do. So in September, you are getting the Energy of Money masterclass, that's by me, and you are getting a masterclass from Doug, who I told you, I said I would ask very nicely if he will do some contributions, because he has all sorts of certifications. He's a breathwork facilitator, he is neuro-linguistics programming, he is a timeline therapist, he does EFT, he does so much in the mindset and just well-being space. So he is going to do some guest expert classes for us, and his first one is going to be Clear Your Limiting Beliefs Through Self-Coaching. So that is good. So they're your 2 September masterclasses. These will be uploaded directly to your lounge. And then you have your content calendar. Every single month it's going to look like this. So it's going to be different every single month. There's a prompt for every single day, whether that's a story, a reel, a national day with like a content prompt that's relevant to it. Story ideas, just loads and loads of things. And I try to really make this, thanks, Saf. I really try to make this suitable no matter who and what you do, because obviously we have such a mixture of people. We have some influencers, we have some creators, we have some businesses, we have some people who are just in here because they enjoy it and they love learning and they just love being in a community. So I've really tried to make all of this stuff relevant no matter who you are and what you do, because at the end of the day, anyone who's in the members club wants success in some form. And that's the common thing that we all share, regardless of how we're getting there. So yeah, every month you will have a content calendar. Cool. And then you will have 5 caption templates. So again, I've tried to mix and match these so that they're suitable for businesses, influencers, or both. Okay. And then you have your book of the month. And then I won't tell you what your mindset practice is yet. But you have your mindset practice again. So the book of the month will be different every month. And I honestly, I'm not going to just throw a book in there that is just like a filler, like a filler of the page. Like, I'm really thinking carefully about the books that I'm going to recommend to you. And I would encourage you, please go and read them. Like, instead of listening to a podcast, maybe just download the Audible version of the book and listen to that instead, because honestly, like, the books I'm going to recommend to you are life-changing, literally life-changing. This one is, well, incredible. So you're going to have your monthly mindset practice and a reminder of help if you need it. So that's what you're going to get every month, your success kits. So I hope that looked exciting. So you get like done for you content ideas, done for you captions, book of the month recommendations, mindset practice. You get at least one new masterclass every month. You get 4 to 5 live sessions with me every month. You will get workbooks to download. You will get like 30 odd trainings that are already in there waiting for you that I have filmed especially for you guys. And like I said, they're not anywhere else. I didn't just like take things from like other programs that I have. I really thought specifically about you guys, where you're at, what you need. I'm so excited. I just think it's absolutely awesome. And I've really tried to take on board the feedback that I've had over like however many months since I last updated this, and ideas and things like that, because obviously like all of your feedback's always listened to and all of your ideas are always listened to. So yeah, that is where we're at. I will now answer the questions that we had. And like I said, I will keep in touch with you guys. When you get access to it, I will let you know. And I'll make sure you're all set up and everyone's happy. Okay. Let's have a little look. So Kazan has said the best way to build a legacy. Whose legacy do you aspire to? Whose legacies have inspired you? And what does it take to build a legacy? So I really liked this question when you asked me this on my stories the other day, Kazan. Oh, I just kicked my ring light. I really liked this question because I feel like it just represents like how big we all should be thinking. So I think when it comes to like a legacy, and really, you know, this is like particularly for a business, but it could be for a personal brand as well, or like a creator kind of business, but we'll talk from a business perspective. A legacy, definitely, when you say the best way to build a legacy, it definitely comes from testimonials, 100%, and the result that you're getting for people. Because honestly, that's the thing that will sell your business more than anything you can ever do or say. You know, more than any funnel you can ever make, more than any masterclass you can ever do. What is going to sell more and most for you is testimonials and getting people results. Recurring revenue also, when we're thinking of like a legacy from like a valuable business, like a business that actually is worth money if you were to sell it, recurring revenue is something that is really valuable when you are creating a business that is like very valuable to people who might want to buy or invest, you know. So any kind of recurring revenue business model, because you can always forecast what you're going to be earning, which means like you're going to have this business that it's not like from month on month dipping and reaching highs and then dipping again. It's just like it's consistently growing, and that's what you want. I think as well, to build a legacy, you've got to strive to be the best. You've got to strive to outdo anyone else who's doing what you're doing. And, you know, not necessarily like from an aggressive perspective, but like, I know you mentioned Tony Robbins the other day, Karzan. Like, if you look at Tony, he has become like the best in the best in the personal development space. He has been the one to build such a strong brand that actually it's kind of like it's kind of turned into like this, like a multi-level marketing scheme. Like my coach is coached by Brendan, and Brendan is coached by Tony. So it's like all of a sudden people buy into people because of like that access to that brand. So it's not about you trying to make your way to Tony as such, I wouldn't say. For you particularly, Karzan, I think it's more like, how can you become like the Tony of the niche or the industry or the service that you're in? How can you build and become such an iconic figure from an influential perspective and like a business perspective as well? Because that's really like a legacy, isn't it? Obviously, the only thing is that what happens when Tony passes away. I shouldn't laugh, but that sounds really awful. But like, that's the only thing. Can the Tony Robbins legacy survive and thrive as it is now? Because, you know, really, what kind of legacy is it that you want to build? Do you want to build a legacy that is passed down through generations? Do you want to build a legacy that just exists with your existence? Like, do you want to build this personal legacy, or do you want to build a legacy that is very valuable to people or to investors or to someone who might want to buy, you know, a bit like Social Chain? What's his name? Stephen Bartlett. You know, that was a very valuable business, and that was something that people wanted to buy into and take, and they could, because it didn't necessarily have an identity or a person or a face to the business, Social Chain, as such, and someone could take it and run with it and scale it themselves. So I guess there's different types of legacy. I guess really, I think it definitely it's determined by what it is you want to achieve. You know, do you want to build? I think building a personal brand is sometimes not easier, because I don't think building a business or a brand is easy in any stretch. But I think sometimes building a personal brand, it's easier because you can build trust a lot faster. Whereas if you're just building a brand where there's not really like a strong face to it, you can kind of build it up, I guess, a bit like an agency or something like that. You can build that up, but is it harder? Possibly. Is it then something that becomes more valuable later down the line? Probably. But equally, like, I don't know if that's maybe what you want to do, Karzan. I'm thinking maybe it's just like, it's this personal legacy. It's this leader in the field. It's this leader in what you do. It's this iconic figure that is like paving a way and leading the way and doing the best compared to everyone else that's out there doing the same thing. I don't know, maybe I feel like that's more of like the legacy that you're looking for. I think, and in that case, it is results, testimonials, results, and giving your clients like personal so far. Yeah, I see that, and I think you know, you can change, you can develop, you can evolve. Like it's nothing's ever set in stone. But I think results, testimonials, and giving like clients just the best possible care and service that you can, and also creating a business model where you are always allowing people to grow inside your programs. So like they might finish one program with you, it can't really end there. Like where else can they grow to? 100%, believing you're the best, stepping into, I call it and teach it brand power. So stepping into like your brand power and really just like not whispering. Like, and I think that's where so many people go wrong, is they don't push hard enough. They get very nervous and scared and fearful around showing up and shouting and screaming and like it's not selling as well. It's more like helping people and getting people results. Like, and I think if you can like identify the difference between showing up and selling aggressively and showing up and displaying how incredibly powerful it is to come into your world, like you're doing the same thing either way, you're selling, but like you're doing it in a more empowering way. And I think that's something I see that most people don't do, and that's kind of why they don't get the results. Because they don't step into their brand power enough, and they don't shout enough. Like at the end of the day, people will, if you say you are the best and you can get this and that result, like no one can disagree with you, no one can not believe you, you know, because at the end of the day the power's in your client's hand anyway, you're just leading them. So whose legacy do you aspire to? So for me personally, it would be someone like Amanda Frances. You know that I've spoken about her so much, I love her. That is kind of the legacy that I aspire to, because for me it's more like that high ticket passive income is ideal. Like that's the business model that I've always wanted to do, that's the business model that I'm doing now. And that's what she does, and she really, like, I guess because she's been going for so many years, I don't know how many years, well, like, let's just say 10 years, might not be that long. She has so many results that she can share, so she really is just building up this legacy. And because she has this passive business model of online courses, she has the time to create content, free content, so it's like she's always giving people help at whatever level, and I really like that. You know, because there's not going to be many people that can afford to come into her programs, but then she has a lower program, and then she also has all her free stuff that you could listen to for years and years, and eventually, you know, you're gonna convert, like you're going to. But again, like I said, you know, when Amanda retires, who takes on Amanda Frances? Like, probably no one, I don't know. But I suppose if you have a course, the brand will still live and the course will still live. And if you build a big enough legacy, like if Tony passed away and he had this incredible course that was getting people incredible results, if Tony passed away and people could take on this Tony Robbins legacy and continue selling his course, people are still going to buy into that, whether he's alive or not. I suppose it's just about how they can then create the content to just keep generating that. Do you see what I mean? So I think it could still work. Like if you create a big enough brand, a big enough legacy, if you are a coach, like you are Kazan, or like a teacher or whatever, like Amanda Frances, Tony Robbins, like they've created that name, they've created themselves into this brand, and it can live and live and live and live and live. Like it just can. So yeah, that is the legacy side of things, which is super exciting, and I just think it's such a good question, and it's such a good way of thinking, because it's like you're thinking in that sphere of growth, and that's what we want. So how do you balance your time? You've also asked. I need to fit in work, business, horses, gym, self-development, social media, and obviously friends and family. And like, I mean, honestly, I've never read anything so real in my life. When I read that, I was like, Christ, like I can so relate to you on so many levels at this point, because the fact is, Kazan, and anyone watching this who's overwhelmed, you can't do it all. You can't do it all. You cannot do it all, okay? And I think it's like understanding that you kind of can't do it all, and it's so difficult because there's so many sides to this, because it's like you've got to encourage not burning out. You've got to encourage giving the self-care and doing the self-care, which I didn't do for the first year of my business enough. I do more now, 100%. Probably still not quite enough to what I need. But I feel like no one tells you how hard it is in your first year or 2 years or maybe 3 years, you know, or however long it takes you, because let's be honest, there's no set pattern. I don't think anyone tells you quite how hard it is to juggle everything, you know, at this point where you do not want to invest in team. Like, let's say you might, I know you asked about the virtual assistant, like you may or may not want to invest in a virtual assistant, but let's just say you don't yet. Let's just say you don't want to invest in anyone. You have no choice but to do it yourself. Like, you literally are left with no other option. So it's like, I feel like we get caught in this trap of, I need to grow my business and I have huge goals and dreams and ambitions as to where I want this business to go, meaning I feel like I need to put in this number of hours, but then equally, like, how do I fit in everything else? And then also, how do I fit in everything else without feeling guilty that I'm doing this stuff and not working on this? I think there's lots to say about this, but to start with, I think the most important thing you can do really is to make sure you actually have an infrastructure where people can just flow in. And I think I've said this to you guys before, like when I first started, I didn't have that. So everything was like a race to get in. Like, obviously I had the members club and growing that, but then everything else was like this, like ultimate highs and then ultimate lows, where I was like opening the doors for a set number of days, closing them again, opening the doors for a set number of days, closing them again. And it's like you're in this cycle, up and down cycle, and there's no way to flow. So it's like you can do the money mindset work, you can do all the work that you're going to learn this week in the members club about energy and the energy of money and how it needs to be able to flow in. You can do all that, but if you're putting up a block, i.e. not allowing these holes for customers to flow, like it's no point doing the energy work and the mindset work. It's just not. So set up your business from the start so that people can flow in, I would say. I would also say that at this point where you are feeling overwhelmed, where you're feeling like you don't have time to do it all, you want to reverse engineer how you really want your life to be. So how do you really want your life to be? You may or have already done this, but how do you want your life to be? Because at the end of the day, we want to run your business now from a point of where you want it to be. Like, we don't just want to get caught into this like cycle of chasing money, chasing clients, chasing money, chasing clients. We want it to be like, right, I'm building a legacy. This is how I want my business to look. This is how I want my working week to look. How do I start that now? And understand that maybe it will take longer. Maybe it will be quicker. Like, we just don't know. But the fact is, the most important thing is you're setting up your legacy to serve you how you want your life. So how many hours a week do you want to work? In the dream reality, how many hours a week do you want to work? If you're doing one-to-one clients, how many client calls do you want a week? how often, like how many hours a week will you need to create social media content? How many hours do you want to work a week? Not necessarily need to, but want to. Okay, so don't think, oh, well, my package is, I'm just going to use an example here. My package is £500 for like a one-to-one session. So in order for me to make 10k a month, I'll need X number of those sessions in a month. Like, we don't want that, because you can raise your prices, like, remember, the less time you have, the more your price goes up, because you have less of your time, so your time is more valuable. So if you only want to work 4 hours a week, how much do you need to raise your prices by? Like, obviously, like, get the results, get the testimonials, increase your prices so that you are reflecting what you want to earn and how many hours you actually want to work. Because if you want to work 4 hours a week, people do. If you want to work 4 hours a day, 4 days a week, people do, you can. As long as, and I think this is something we're so conditioned to as children, as teenagers, as adults, we think we've got to work 9 to 5. We think we've got to work as a business owner 9 till 9. Through the night, that's what we think. And I've fallen into that trap many, many times. Sometimes you can't help it. But what it really is what can you do to actually get the result? Because if you can get the same result working 4 hours a day, 3 days a week, then you can working 7 days a week, 8 hours a day. If you can get the same result in your business, the same amount of money, you can work 4 hours a week, 3 days a week. And then you have time to do your horses, your gym, friends and family, sit on the beach with a cocktail in your hand, have a nap. Like, you can do all these things. Obviously, it's got to reflect and be practical in your pricing and in how long you need things. And obviously, as you grow, your time will become like more, because you can start paying more people and outsourcing more things. So right now, I would, instead of feeling like you've got to fit it all in, you might not be able to fit it all in at the moment, and it's kind of coming to the realisation that something will have to give or sacrifice. Well, not sacrifice, because I don't want you to sacrifice things, but what can give? How can you, right now in this moment, create like a bit of a stopgap so you are ticking the things that you want to tick? The gym, your horse, some time for self-development, time for friends and family, but also understand that it might be that your something or whatever, the gym or the friends and family or whatever, it does have to be less than what you're used to right now, because you're building this legacy in order to be able to do and live the life you want to live. Because, I'm glad. Because the thing is, again, no one fucking tells you this. No one tells you this. In the beginning, you're kind of like you're sold this dream of like, oh, work 4 hours a week. Like, I never work weekends. I never work Mondays. I never work Fridays. Like, I'm so free. Like, I have all this time. And it's like, well, can we rewind to the part where you were building this thing, and how many hours were you working then? I remember someone I worked with a year ago, she said, and she was, to be fair, one of the only honest people I've heard say about this, other than myself, that she would prefer to work. Oh, hey Marta. So true, yeah. She said that in the beginning, when she was setting up her business, she would rather work a year doing 9 in the morning till 10 at night, non-stop, grinding. She would rather work that for a year, knowing she had the rest of her life to then reap the rewards of all of the shit she put in. And that was the truest thing I ever heard, because really, in the beginning, like Marta, you'll know, like I know, like in the beginning, it's a grind. Like it's still a grind, but I'm learning to be able to step back and like actually allow things to now flow, because I've did my mistakes in the beginning. I don't want you to make the same mistakes, and I'm now fixing them and things are flowing. But it's like, how long and how much are you willing to put in for a small, in the grand scheme of your life, for a small amount of time, whether that's a year of your life, whether that's 6 months of your life, where you go all in, you cut everything off, and you allow 100% focus to really actually like build the life you want to live in the future. It's been a grind for 5 years, only the last 2 years stepping back a bit. Yeah, see, that's so real, so authentic, and I think Karzan's cleverer than all of us. I trust Karzan to do this. I get it right from day one. But yeah, it's like, how much are you willing to sacrifice? I hate that word, but sometimes when you're starting out, it is a sacrifice. How much are you willing to sacrifice now to live a life of freedom that you want to live? Because it doesn't come, yeah, it doesn't come straight away. I don't care what anyone says. It doesn't come straight away. It really doesn't. But right now, yeah, it's like, you know, I've said to you guys before, like, my friendships have suffered massively because of this business, and I actually have said to people, like people who I'm super close to, like, you know, when like you're willing, like you're gonna do it because you're literally willing to sacrifice anything to make it work. So it's like you have your vision of how you want your life to be, okay, and it's like, what are you willing to sacrifice to get there? And like I know I preach about mindset. I know I preach like you've got to take time for yourself, and you still have to. I've burnt out a few times myself. I've lost my hair through stress. I have thinned eyebrows through stress. I have like all sorts of things through stress of this business. I wouldn't change it. I absolutely love it, and I know where it's taken me, and I know where I want to be. I have a picture of my life. I know what I'm building. I don't know how long it's going to take for me to get there, but I'm willing to sacrifice nearly fucking everything, which probably isn't right, but I am. You don't have to sacrifice everything. Some people think I'm not sacrificing anymore. I'm not sacrificing my friends. I'm not sacrificing my... I think when it starts sacrificing your health, then that obviously we all have a line, like, you know. But yeah, I think you need to be clear, like, where are you going? You might not know how long it's going to take you to get there. Give yourself a time frame as to how long your limit is of putting in this grind, and fucking go all in. Because really, let's say you have, Karzan, I don't know how old you are, but let's say you have another 65 years of your life left to live, and it takes you 2 years of grind, but you live those 63 years in complete fucking freedom, living your absolute wildest dreams, living your best life, living your most incredible life. Like, we weigh it up, you know, right? So yeah, like, it's a double-edged sword, as they say. I don't ever want to glamorize hustle, and I don't ever want to glamorize burnout, ever. And honestly, going to LA, as you know, really gave me a wake-up call that I was not doing enough. I was not doing enough for myself. I was not. And I was going to burn out, and I was going to suffer in the long term. And we know that success is mostly mindset as well. So remember that too. Like, if you can do like the strategy side, the funnels, the marketing, whatever, and you can do the mindset, if you get your strategy all set up, Can you focus more on mindset? That's really where I'm heading now. Have you set yourself a time boundary? Yes, so I clearly haven't set a proper one, have I? Because I'm thinking about it. For me, the time boundary is another 2 years. And I also am not putting all my eggs in one basket. I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket. Yeah. So I am also retire those eggs. Yeah, retire them. So I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket, just to be 100% honest with you guys. I'm looking at a bit like this legacy thing. I'm looking at, right, where's the world going? What's my business like now? In 2 years, what's going to happen if it's not where I want it to be? And what can I also, work on and think about in the background so that I'm not going to put all of my hopes and dreams into the social stable basket? Because it's working and it's doing well, and of course I know it's going to grow, but what's going to take you to the life you want to lead? It might be that for me it's the social stable, however that evolves, and I also want to, I am in not the position, nowhere near, so please don't get excited or any ideas, I'm not in the position, but for me it'll be right, what's the next thing I'm going to work on? It will be property investment. That's why I want to start investing my money into rental properties, into holiday homes, into things like that. That's my second basket. And then I may even have a third basket as well. So it's you're building, where can you build multiple income streams outside of your business? Because you just don't know. Yeah, I know you are into property investing, Marta, so I definitely will. Like I said, I'm in nowhere near the place where I want to be, but within the next couple of years, I want to be able to start. So yeah, that is would be another thing of balance your time, but never ever get so absorbed in the now. Because you've heard how many attempts it takes for entrepreneurs to get the business that takes them to where they want to be. And I think as a business owner, it's very easy, once you've been going a bit, I think it's very easy to judge your business and think, right, this is my dream, this is my goal, this is how much money I want to make a month. Remember, we have no limits. This is literally how much money I want to make a month. Is my business going to take me there? Really? Really, is it? Or do I need other things? Or do I need a bigger thing? Okay, so we're always also just spreading that risk and being able to just build lots of things and have lots of eggs in lots of different baskets. Start as soon as possible. Oh God, okay. Shit, I better get saving then. So I hope that helped, Kazan. I know it was proper deep, it was deep, we went deep, but that's okay. I feel the questions were good, the questions were deep. Sometimes we need to go deep. Karina. So if you have any questions or any other thoughts about that, Kazan or Marta or Karina, you guys that are watching, if you have any thoughts, then you can carry on commenting and asking and talking about it. I'm going to move on to Karina now, and we can always loop back if necessary. But Karina, I'm just going on my iPad. So what you said, I'm really struggling with getting my followers up. I spend 4 to 5 hours on Instagram a day, liking, commenting, or both my follower accounts and new accounts. I see some traffic, but don't really grow. Okay, so do you know what I think the problem is here, Karina? Instantly, I'm thinking that the engagement isn't the problem, it's the way, it's your page. Okay, it's your page. Let me go on your page. So I feel like, yeah, okay, right. Instantly, Karina, your content is so funny. True. Your page, it doesn't reflect that. I think that could be the problem, because you're driving, like you said, you're driving traffic, you're driving profile visits, you're driving people to look, but they're seeing, maybe they're seeing your like funny reel in their reels tab, and then they're thinking, I'll click on Karina's page, and then they're thinking, oh, that's not what I was expecting, so I'm gonna leave. So I'm thinking, like, that is your content, it's funny, but the cover photo is just your horse. It's not exciting. Your content is exciting. So I'm either wondering, I also think, look, that text is hidden, so you can't see it. I think you need to bring your text down, that's a bit better. But look, that text at the top, I think you need to bring it more in the middle, like your text. I think that text, again, bring that text down. I think that text needs to come down a bit, because it's hard to read. But if you had like this, like a screenshot, not a screenshot, but like a snippet of your reel as your cover photo, I think people would start to understand and see that you are posting more funny content, because that's really probably what most people are going to want to see. What is going to hook people into your page is the funny content, and that's why they'll follow. They need to know and see that you're posting lots of funny content by the real covers and the covers that you're using. At the moment, it's not reflecting that. Yeah, tidiness is a thing. Like, I really like tidiness, but in this instant, can you see how, like, mine isn't necessarily messy? There's still an element of tidiness there, but you can see what my reels are looking like. So as long as, I think what makes this tidier is that I'm using the same font and the same colour in every single reel, or the same combination of colours. So I'm always using the same font in the same style in my reels. So what I think, Karina, is you need to not use this turquoise, because look, you can't really read it. Like, how funny is that? That's hilarious. Like, people, that should be the real cover, I think, because that's going to get people landing on your profile and clicking, thinking, what the hell is this? That looks hilarious. And then they'll follow you, I think. So I think, get rid of this turquoise text, make it like a black and white or something easy to read. Use it, put it in the middle, always put it in the middle, not too up top, not too at the bottom. And see how it goes. You can create covers. So like this reel, that is a cover I made. So I took a screenshot of the reel, I uploaded it into my stories, I added the text, I saved it to my camera roll, I uploaded my reel and then added that as a cover. So that's not actually a snippet of the reel, that's a cover I made. But it looks like a snippet of the reel, so it still works. Yeah, and then how about my more serious things like dressage tips and health series? Well, you could create covers like I have for those more serious things, like you've got covers. So you could, like, I've got some covers there, again, they're all matching just like yours are all matching. Ooh. So like for your more serious stuff, you can put covers. and just see how it starts to look. Yeah, go back to the black and white on the reels, because I think, like you said, like you like sharing your dressage tips, you like sharing the health series. I think they work as well. But what's going to hook new followers in is being able to see that you're posting interesting content. Because they might think, oh, she's just posting loads of pictures of her horse. And that's not interesting for people. But you and I both know you're posting so much more than that. You're posting tips, health tips. You're posting funny reels. So let's make it super obvious now. You're getting the traffic. You're getting the engagement. Now we convert them and we make it really super clear who and what you are giving when people land on your page. So that is our next step, I think. How does that sound? So I will post a post in the Facebook group so you don't have to necessarily go back and edit all of your reels, Karina, that you've done and like upload and change cover photos. Not unless you want to. You don't necessarily have to. You can just start it from now, or you don't create reel covers, just choose an image, a cover photo from your actual reel. You know where it says choose your cover photo and you can like slide it along? Just do that. You don't necessarily have to create covers like I said that I did. Because on some of them I do, on some of them I don't. Okay, so that's our next step with you, and I think what I will do is post in the group a rundown of everything that I've covered today for our new members club. I will let you guys know when you are going to get access, which will be this week, which I'm super excited about. You will all get enrolled manually, and I will message you all. I won't message you each one by one. I won't do that. I'll send you an email and I will post it in the Facebook group that you should have access. It was a great chat. It was a great chat today. Always my absolute pleasure. I'm going to love you and leave you now. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining. I know this was a super long one. I'm sorry. But hopefully you enjoyed it. So have a good evening, everyone. And I will speak to you later this week.